want. And if you try sometimes, you may find you get what you need.
Hi everyone, welcome to Pal to Tech and happy 2021. This is actually going to be the greatest year of your life. It's a new beginning, not just changing a date on a calendar, but actually getting more of what you need and want out of life. No doubt by now you've all seen news articles and videos all talking about how horrible 2020 was and how great it will be to finally start 2021. Those articles all completely miss the point. Absolutely nothing whatsoever has changed except maybe the last digit in the number. Everything else is exactly the same today as it was in 2020. The sun went down and it rose back up again, and today is just another day. You're kind of plowing along one day into the next, wanting to do more things in your life, but you just are too damn busy with all of the daily stuff that piles into your overflowing inbox. You know, do you ever feel overwhelmed to the point where you tell yourself that, if I just do X, then I'll be all caught up and I can now do Y, the thing you really want to do. Bronnie Ware is an Australian nurse who spent a number of years with patients who were in the last 12 weeks of their lives. These were people who were beyond treatment, their time had run out, and they were just being made comfortable in the last few weeks of their lives before they passed away. And her job was to take care of them and make them comfortable. And while she did that, and as she started doing that, they would confide in her, they would talk to her, they would tell her what they regretted that they didn't do in their lives, what they wish they could have done. If they could do it over again, what they would have done differently. And you know what she did? She made a list of the most common ones, the most common regrets that these people had at the end of their lives, that if they could just do it over again, they would have done things differently. And she made a list out of it. And the usual suspects are all on there. I wish I had spent more time with family. I wish I had spent less time at work. I wish I had worked out more and been healthier. That kind of stuff. Those all made the list, but something had to be at the number one spot. Something had to be the single most regretted thing that everyone had in common. And you know what that was? Here it is. I wish that I had had the courage to live a life true to myself and not the life others expected of me. See, according to Bronnie Ware, when people realize that their life is almost over and they look back clearly on it, it's easy to see how many dreams have gone unfulfilled. You see, the bottom line is that we find ourselves constantly doing what other people want and expect. These are the demands on your time that fills up your inbox of life. But here's the thing. Now you know this. You know this information. The information that those people would have given anything to go back and do it over again. You can do it now. You know it now, because you watched the awesome Pal to Tech video. So I'm going to show you exactly how to solve this problem and get things back on track, because we need to do this now before we get into all the photography videos and gear reviews and all, which is all great stuff, but this comes first. Now, there's a wonderful analogy that's been going around for many years that some of you may know already. Allow me to demonstrate. Let's pretend that this jar right here is your life. You can fill it with whatever you like, your hopes, your dreams, your accomplishments, your relationships, whatever. The only rule is that you can only fill it so full, okay? Got it? This sand right here represents stuff that really doesn't matter. Email, social media, stuff like that, okay? Next, these pebbles represent projects, work items. More important than the sand, still not your hopes and your dreams and the big stuff in life. These are the really important things. Suppose, for example, that you fill your life with just the busy stuff, the TV, the social media, and the procrastination stuff. Let's do that now. I'm gonna need more sand. Okay. So you might be able to fit, with your time, a few of the more important projects, maybe that photo shoot, some awesome client work you're doing, right? What about the really important things? If your time and your life is so filled with all that other little kind of nonsensical stuff, you can't get it in. Look at that. It won't fit in. Okay. So you can't do it that way. You have to shift your priorities. What you want to do with your life is start with the big rocks. Find what matters to you and don't wait until the end of your life. Then you can put in some of your work and other project obligations. Fits in. And finally, whatever you have left over can go in. This is a much better way of doing it. Now that we have the analogy out of the way, how do you put this into practice? Easy. You need two things. First, a calendar. Calendars work. They've been around for thousands of years. I use Google Calendar. It's free and it works fine, but you could use any kind of calendar. Put the big rocks on the calendar first. Then you put the pebbles. Then you put the sand. In that order, always. If you don't do that, you will end up being one of those people that has that talk with Bronnie Ware. And you need to refer to your calendar every single day. Everything you do should go on that calendar from this point forward. If you've not done this before, it might sound that that's very confining. It's not. It's incredibly liberating. Having the calendar and putting the items in the calendar is not enough. You also need to check it every single day. Take 5 minutes and just have a look at it every day. Everything that you do or contemplate should go on the calendar. You need to schedule an appointment. Once a week, pick a day. I do Friday, but you can do any day you want. Block off 30 minutes in your calendar. Now, this appointment should be treated as seriously as a medical appointment. No phone calls, you are unavailable, you are off the grid. No one attends this meeting. No one comes to this appointment. This meeting is with yourself. So what do you do at this meeting? You think about what you're doing and where you're going and what you need to be working on. Think about the business and busyness of your previous week. Think about what busy work you did that was a waste of your time and try and set yourself up for success in the coming week. Review your calendar, look at where you were last week, look at where you're going next week, next month, and next year. Most importantly, keep yourself on track. You have to do this and you have to do it every week for the rest of your life. If you do this and you prioritize, like I've just explained to you, you will not be one of those people that has that little talk with nurses like Bronnie Ware at the end of your life, because you will have lived a life true to yourself and not the life others expected you to live or their dreams. Live your dreams. And I'll see you in the next video. So long.